Hi there, a very warm welcome to you on this live session with me. After a long while, I'm here live in another session with you all, and probably I've done one or two sessions in between, but not in earnest. So here I am with another live session, and after an announcement at 11:30, late by around 10 minutes or so. So in this session, we'll talk about the results of Kilpest. Kilpest came out with their Q2 numbers about 2 3 weeks back, and the results were pretty good. And that's why I want to discuss that with you all. Uh, and I'll also talk about the markets and will answer your queries as well. So we'll begin the session in about 2 3 minutes time. We'll discuss about a number of points. Nazir, a very good morning to you, Mr. Pawar. So I'll discuss about the family as well. We'll give you an update on that. Now it, it is stabilizing a bit. So thanks for all your concerns. So let's begin the session with an update on the things at home. So wife is recovering, given a notice of a uh, bed rest for the next 1 month or so, at least for the next 2 weeks or so. And so probably by mid December, we should be out of the woods completely. Uh, so taking care of everything at the moment, I have, as you, most of you might know, that I have a 4 year old kid, 3.5 year old kid who is, I would say, hyperactive in a lot of sense. So have to take care of him, have to keep him away from the mother as much as possible. And there are many things that go in line with that, and that is why the videos are not coming every day, and that is why updates, I'm really sorry for all the patron members that I'm not able to update that much at this point of time. From December onwards, things will streamline even more, but I'll try to do that on a weekly basis. So that is why things are a bit awry, but over a period of time, probably in a month's time, things should normalize. So that's the update. My actually son also had a high fever just recently, but he has recovered, alhamdulillah. So he's fine now at school. So doing this session slightly peacefully, that he's not around at the moment, but he'll be back soon in an hour or so. So that's the update here. Update on the World Cup soccer. Yes, I'm following that a little bit. So Saudi Arabia defeated Argentina, and then we had the shock defeat of Germany on the hands of, you can say, from the hands of Japan. And I think it was Japan who beat them in 2018, or some other country did that. So it looks tough for Germany now, although Argentina, I still feel with a couple of wins over Poland and Mexico, could go through, and I think I'll give a chance to Argentina beating them both. So it could be interesting to see if Saudi Arabia can make it to round two. That will be huge. So for that country, and the way they pour in money into football, so finally they'll make it to the second round. So it's quite an interesting World Cup going on at the moment, and we have Brazil today in action. So it could be interesting to see that as well. In terms of cricket, we have a situation where India had a tie against New Zealand. They could have been a little bit more proactive in chasing a little bit in the last couple of overs, because the rain was around, so they could have made it 2 wins out of three. But we did win the series, and now the one day series is upon us from tomorrow. So it will be interesting to see that England are touring Pakistan. Let's see if the test matches go ahead or not. There are issues that are happening there, the security issues. So we'll see how that pans out. So there are a lot of events going on. So coming back to the markets and the front, so markets are doing well. As we have seen that Nifty and Sensex are doing well, but I want to know from you all, and whoever watches this video later on, as to how their mid cap portfolio is doing, because over the last 2 months, my portfolio has not moved at all. I mean, it's right there. It's not gone down, but not gone up a lot. The stocks are right there, even though the results of a number of those stocks have been pretty strong, very strong, and yet the stock go up 6, 8, 10% and then come back to the same prices as before the results. So I want to know as to how your portfolio is doing if you have a mid cap portfolio, because the large caps have done well, especially banks, and a number of large caps have done well, and that's why Nifty is at 18,300. Would like to know that. Uh, Coming to the results of Kilpest, we'll see. Like the results are pretty strong, and I said that to Patreon members. I put up a podcast there that the results are very good. I didn't expect a 20% circuit next day, but that happened. But the stock has gone down from there about 4 5%. It's around 400 at the moment. So the stock is very undervalued. If you look at the results, then they did 17.3 plus 2, I think nearly 19.3 crores as sales, 2 crores of, you can say, other income, and 17.3 crores of sales overall. So 19.3 crores of sales this quarter compared to in September doing around 15 crores. And remember, in September, we had a little bit of signs of September 21 of the pandemic. So they were selling a lot of kits. Here, they sold less than 1 crore of kits, and a major chunk of their sales have come through other kinds of, you can say, products like testing kits for chikungunya, malaria, etc., and exports. Exports have done extremely well this time around, gone into more than a crore, I think crore and a half or nearly 2 crores or so. So the exports are picking up. They are getting orders in UK as well, uh, which has started just now. So I won't say that it's big, but things are moving along. So basically, what they have done on a year on year basis is that from 15 crores sales have gone to 17 crores, and the pandemic sales have been just in few lakhs. So the performance is pretty good if we compare it to September 19 from say around 10 crores or so, just over 10 crores of sales. We are at 19 crores. And remember that before pandemic, it was no sales of the pandemic or the COVID. And now also there's virtually no sales of the pandemic. So we can compare these two numbers, and it has nearly doubled. That is what is giving me a lot of confidence. Margins from last quarter of 44% has gone to 53%. That's a huge jump. Even from last year of around 40%, the margin has gone to 53%. That's the kind of margin they used to command before the pandemic of between 40 to 50%. They have exceeded that even more to around 53%. Now, if Kilpest can maintain this margin and the kind of sales they are doing, because eventually they did a EPS of 11 rupees. So on a sale of 19 crores, if a company can do an EPS of 11 rupees for a quarter, uh, we are looking at around 40 rupees of EPS for this year. If they can just emulate what they did in September, I think December and March, if they did 11 each, so that's 22 rupees. And they have already done around 17 rupees. So there's 39, 40 rupees of EPS coming up. And if we take 40 rupees of EPS on the current price, we are talking of the stock trading at 10 times. So normally, I don't talk of companies which I hold. So that's a disclaimer. I have the stock. I had first held the stock at around 90 rupees. It went to 60. And after the pandemic, it went up. And I have again bought into it. Many people know about it. Patreon members know about the price, etc. And I believe that going forward, this could be a 4 5x. Now, I don't know when it would be, but maybe 2 years, 3 years, but no more than 3 years it should take for the stock to go to 1700 to 2000. That's the kind of momentum I feel. If the company is going to come up with around 40 rupees of EPS for 2023, and it's a diagnostic company with a lot of merger thing and a lot of things, amalgamation and NSC listing coming up, I think in late 2023, we could see the stock much higher than where it is. It is at 400 rupees at the moment with 40 rupees of EPS expected at 10 times. It cannot trade at 10 times earnings. So that's my call on Kilpest. Sales, in my opinion, are only going to grow from here. The worst of the quarters are behind us. Uh, with what happened with 11 crores, I think 13 crores of sales last quarter. So hopefully things should pick up from here on Kilpest front. So that's the call on Kilpest. And the markets, I believe that the markets could continue to be range bound. I don't see the market going past 18,500 too quickly. I see mid caps. Some of the mid caps with very good numbers could outperform somewhere down the line by the end of the year or by the first 3 months of next year. Uh, these things should happen, but overall Nifty looks slightly stretched at the moment. So I still feel we have a chance of going back to 17,600 or so, and then coming back from there. I think it has got stretched, but that doesn't mean that mid cap and small cap will get plummeted. I feel that they might not fall that much because the rise has not been that great. I would love to read the comments as to how your portfolio has been performing, especially if you have a mid cap centric portfolio, mid cap, small caps, etc. Because my mid cap, small caps have not moved. So, would like to know that, although some have done well. So that's the call. I feel there will come a time where mid cap rally would be big for a month, 2 months. I think it could be in Jan, Feb, it could be in December. I don't know, but that should happen sometime. Especially festive stocks should start performing in these times, especially when December numbers roll out. So that's the call on the markets front. I don't see Nifty going up, but I see mid caps performing for the next 3 to 4 months. Uh, so I'm ready to answer your queries. Kindly use the super chat and super sticker feature. They'll help me grow the channel. They'll help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. For the next 4 5 minutes, I'll be answering your queries here. Okay. So let's see what are the queries that are coming up. So Paytm at 60% loss. Can I hold for long term or not? See, I would say that on any rise, any kind of up move, exit the stock. The only reason for that is that the company doesn't seem to be coming back into profitability anytime soon. So the stock may not fall, but may not perform at all, and you'll be frustrated. Uh, I can tell you from experience, I have taken losses of 50, even 60% in one or two cases. So it's not that you cannot come back from it. Yes, it is difficult, especially if that is the only stock you have in your portfolio or only one of 3 or 4 stocks. If you have a gamut of portfolio stocks and this is 10% or 12%, no more than that of your portfolio, then for sure take the loss, move ahead, buy into profit making businesses which are churning out 25 30% profit growth. So that's my call. Mr. Pawar, I don't think the results of Manevar are average. Again, a stock that I hold. I think the results were according to what probably most of the analysts would have thought. It cannot be that the company keep on churning 40 50% growth every quarter. September quarter is always a very difficult quarter for all these businesses. I think December should be pretty good. The margins expanded. So yes, sales were not that big. So sales growth of around 30%, 25 30% came in. Expected was 40% or so, and that is where the problem lied, because the margins were good. So I believe results were fine. It should not have been sold off the way it has. I think around 1300 it's a very good buy if it comes there. 1320, 1330. So I feel that if there is a chance, you can probably add more around 1300. I think December and March numbers should be good in that case. Okay. Venkat, KPIT on dips to 670, 680 is a buy the way the results are there. In terms of Nika, I have a feeling so. What I am thinking, if I had money, I would have bought Nika at 180, 185, but with a time frame of at least 3 to 4 years and not less than that. Or see, I have a very long term portfolio as well, in which I have marquee stocks. I would have bought Nika in that and left it for 15-20 years. This is a company that could make you a lot of money from these levels. The results were pretty good. Valuations, I don't know, because valuations were stretched even 1 year back, but the stock was trading at 2500. So I don't think that value, even valuations are stretched here. It's just that people are looking at companies now, which could make a lot of profits immediately over the next 6 months, 12 months, rather than looking at businesses which are more concept oriented. So here, in the case of Nika, it's sales oriented, and I believe that if you look at online business and the online diaspora of how many people would use online platform to buying into products, it would, I think, go to 30 crores or something. I was reading in one of the reports, 30 crore people using online sources in by 2030. So if you have a 7-8 year view, Nykaa is perhaps one of the top companies, mid cap companies to bet on from that period in order to make alpha returns rather than just 17-18% CAGR. Yes, there is a risk attached to it, but over a 7-8 year period, this could make you a lot of money. So that's my call. See, Bajaj Finance around 6,000. If there is a chance that goes down 7-8% from here, it could be very good levels to get into. Again, if you have it from earlier levels, then you can keep on adding something like a Bajaj Finance, Finserv, Asian Paints, Pidilite, Titan, TCS. All these companies you can just keep on adding on declines. Uh, Okay, so KPI, I think you're asking about KPI Green, Mr. Pawar. So I have a feeling that results have been strong. The stock is trading at around 16, 17 times FY23 earnings, which is not expensive at all. So I don't see the stock go down from here. So the thing is, it has value in terms of I have margin of safety here. Performance wise, I think the stock should perform by the middle of next year, should perform big time. So the results have to continue to be good. It should have a 50 rupees EPS this year, and then we'll take it from there. Uh, so that's the call. So if you have bought KPIT at 600, Subramaniam, that's a very good level to buy. And just hold on to the stock. It should perform. I have a long term target of 1100 on KPIT technology over the next, say, 2 years or so. Whirlpool for me is an avoid. I believe that there are other consumer stocks that are performing well. Whirlpool has not been that of a performer over the last 2 3 years, and that's why unfortunately it doesn't look like a buy at these levels at this point of time. If the results really improve, then we can probably look at Whirlpool. So that's my call there. So Ravi, yes. So the family thing, if you can reverse the tape and look at the initials of it, I have described about it. Things are better, but there's still a month to go for these all struggles to get over. So just hope for the best and pray for that and keep supporting. Uh, Bharat Electronics. See if this government continues to be in power and the way the push towards the defense has been, I think Bharat Electronics could continue to do well. Sequent Scientific, I would say buy only when the results start improving, even if you get a chance to buy at 150 and not at 110, or whatever. You can probably buy 40% higher, but with a confidence of results, because the results have not been great for Sequent. So that's just about it. One thing I want to say here is that I'll try to be online on a live session probably 3 times a week rather than putting up videos. It's more easier for me to be in live session. Let me know what you think about it if I have 3 live sessions in here. And Mr. Pawar, Sigachi is testing patience, another stock that I hold. So that's a disclaimer. I am very confident about it. See, I can tell you one thing on this front. If you have bought a stock that is giving strong results and the stock is not moving and the valuations are becoming better, that is better rather than a stock in which the results are not there and the stock is not going down, but the results are not there, and you're always under fear that the stock will fall. So basically, what I mean to say here is that if you have a margin of safety that is increasing and your margin of safety is getting bigger, and you have a lot of margin of safety with 2 3 big results, suppose in Kilpest at 10 times earnings, where will you take that? Maybe 8 times at worst to 320 330. So margin of safety, if the margin of safety is big for you and you know that the stock will not fall, then the only way the stock will move is up. So the same thing is with Sagachi is trading at 14 15 times. I think if the results continue, the stock should end up performing, and it takes just 1 or 2 months for the stock to perform big, and you're probably making 80% 100% in no time. So that's my call on most of the stocks that have value. All right, guys, thank you. Thanks for being online. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you get a video straight away when I post it. Kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot.